The Wind and the Promise. Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between two hills lived an old gardener named Amani. His hands were wrinkled, his back bent, but his faith stood tall like an oak tree. Every morning, he planted seeds. Not just seeds of flowers or fruit, but seeds of promise. Not promises made by men, but promises whispered by God. The wind will come, he used to say, but the promise will remain. One day, a fierce wind swept through the village. Trees bowed, rooftops trembled, and children cried. The villagers ran to Amani, panicked. "Old man, your seeds are gone. There will be no harvest this year." But Amani stayed calm. He looked up at the sky and whispered, "The wind is loud, but God speaks in silence." He didn't run to cover his seeds. He didn't panic. He simply kept his hands in the soil, and his heart rooted in the promise. When the storm passed, the earth looked bare, dry, empty, swept clean by the wind. But days later, tiny green shoots appeared. Then buds. Then a field more beautiful than ever before. The villagers returned, speechless. How is this possible? The wind destroyed nothing. Amani smiled gently. The wind cannot steal what God has planted with a promise. The secret, my friends, is not to fear the storm, but to believe that what is received in prayer will still stand when everything else falls. Moral of the story. What God has promised will stand, even in the storm. His promises are not made of paper, they're written in eternity. If the wind is shaking your life, keep believing. The harvest will come, even under a dark sky.